I did not send in my SAT scores to like any of my schools. I felt like I wasn't stressed like I was cool. You still have time for regular decision. You're probably a high school senior applying to college in the middle of application season. You have AP tests, internships, whatever, and you're stressed. But don't worry, I was literally in your shoes a year ago, and I have some tips and tricks on how I got into college, how I went through the college application season, and just stuff that you need to know. My name is Tammy, and I am a freshman at Howard University. Last year, I was applying to college just like you guys, and I applied for early action and regular decision, and I have some insights to a lot of the stuff that I did that got me to where I am today, and just like stuff that I learned along the way. So listen for some tips and tricks so that you don't fall into the same things that I did. So first I'm going to get into some stats. I applied to about 20 schools. I did not have a fee waiver, so it was a lot of money. I know like it's a lot of money applying to schools. Some fees are like $60 to $80, some are $50, but it's a lot. If you can get a fee waiver, you definitely should apply for one. You can get a fee waiver from College Board. If you have farms, I think that's free reduced lunch. Some schools even send free fee waivers, so look at your emails, because I got some fee waivers from some schools. They will send you fee waivers in their emails. I know they send a lot of emails, they send so much mail, but you honestly, you kind of have to look at them, because for each school they have different things that they're looking for, and they say that in the email, or different programs that you might be interested, or just different things that you don't want to miss out on. Because if I could not pay $80 for one application fee, I wish I did it. The college app opened in August for the new year, and that's honestly when you should start. You should start early with inputting all your information, and then by October you should be writing your essay, maybe have your essay done. The earliest deadlines are in October to November. Those are the earliest deadlines that I know about. The latest deadlines are like rolling basis. The deadlines that go all the way into the summer of the next year. Early decision is when you apply to a college early. You can only apply to one college early decision, I believe. You're not allowed to apply to more than one, and if you get in, you have to go. You're obligated to go. You get a better chance of getting accepted into there because it's early decision. It makes you look like you really want to go. I did not do early decision because I did not like the feeling of having to be attached to a school when I don't know if I could pay for it. I don't know if I really like it. I'm 17 and I'm putting myself into this one school, so I didn't think that it was the best option for me. But if there's a school, your dream school, that you know that you can go to, that you know that you want to go to, that, or apply early decision if they have it. Some colleges, some universities do not have early decision, so research that and put that in a spreadsheet so that you know like when their timelines are. Early action is different from early decision. Early action is just like an early application. It's not binding at all. You don't have to go if you get accepted, but you also do have a better chance of getting to the college. So for the SAT, I think it's optional this year, and it was also optional for me. I did take the SAT about 3 times though, and honestly, I don't think they really care about the SAT. I did not send in my SAT scores to like any of my schools, except for 2 schools that required an SAT score, but other than that, I did not send my SAT scores because 1, I didn't like them, and 2, I thought that it would bring my whole application kind of down. So I just thought that not having an SAT score is better. They should look at me for who I am and not my score. I don't think it's going to affect your application that much. But if you are planning on taking the SAT, my SAT score wasn't that great, but I did use some resources, some free resources. One of them was schoolhouse.org. It's not only for SATs, like a tutoring website from Khan Academy, from Saul Khan, and there's tutors that are tutoring in math, reading, SAT prep, so many things. And depending on what class you take, they meet maybe twice a week and for like an hour, and you do problems and practice tests, just like studying with other people. You also have a tutor to go over questions and stuff. So I thought it was really helpful and useful because I got to do practice tests. Like I had someone to keep me, what's it called, on top of it. Like there's other SAT preps, a lot of people buy like the books. I did not buy the book. I checked out a book from like my library, and it didn't really help me that much because there's a lot of free online tests online, so just having the book was just kind of redundant. But if the book works for you, that's fine. There's a lot of online tests and stuff. But onto some more stats. I graduated high school with a 3.82 unweighted GPA and a 4.21 weighted GPA, so like most of my classes were A's and B's, but I really tried to do good. Honestly, I don't think there's much that you can do at this point, but whatever GPA you have, honestly, it's all about your personal essay, and it's about the activities you did in high school and just like how you present yourself to the school. So let's get into the personal essay. The writing prep that I wrote about was discuss an accomplishment or event that like led to self-awakening or something like that. Like that sparked personal growth, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. And I talked about how I moved in my junior year. I moved schools, I moved counties, and how that really brought about growth in my high school journey. And I kind of talked about it as at a third person view, so like I was talking about myself but like in a third person. I got lots of help on this. I went to so many teachers. I went like 3 different teachers to get reviews on it, and also with my supplemental essays I did go to teachers so that they could look over it, give me tips, just like proofread it for me before I send it in. And I think that really helped because especially with my personal essay, I think I did a really good job, but there were some things I just did not see because I wrote it myself. I thought it was perfect. When someone else read it, they were like, hey, I saw this and I saw that. But if you don't have access to a teacher, you can go to your counselor, you can go to your friends, your family. Honestly, anybody that can just read it, it's not you, because you're probably not going to see the mistakes in your writing. Also, after you're done writing, take like 2 days. Don't look at it. Then go back and then read the whole thing. And then you'll see there's like some stuff that you could tweak, maybe some different language that you can use, you know, make yourself look more presentable, I guess. So my major choice, why did I choose computer science? I'm a computer science student, by the way. And why did I choose computer science? Honestly, I've just been around technology for like forever. I don't know. I went to a STEM high school for computer science, so I was just around it a lot. I also really liked computer science. I researched it and I saw like different career pathways I can get into, the salary. And although there's a lot of like talk about computer science, how AI is gonna rule us, but you know, we don't talk about that. If you don't know what major you want to do right now, it's totally fine. I honestly don't really know why they want us to have a major right when we're going into college. It's fine to not know what major you want. You can go in as undecided. You can try out a bunch of different majors. So your freshman year, honestly, you're just taking general ed. Like my first semester, I took math, a psychology class. Yeah, I didn't take that many of like major intensive classes. Yeah, so I definitely researched about my major that I wanted to do. I looked at other majors like psychology and business and, you know, other majors too, but you know, I have 3 more years of college, 3 and a semester of college to go, so I might change my mind, and it's totally fine. So many people change their mind in college. If you don't know what major you want, it's fine. Don't stress. Breathe in and breathe out, because it's fine. So why did I choose Howard? I went to their admitted students day like once I got admitted, and I liked the campus a lot. I liked the energy, I liked the buildings and stuff, the faculty. And I just felt like it was fine. Like it wasn't too close to home, but it wasn't too far. Didn't really have a preference on where I went, honestly, just somewhere. If you're looking to go out of state, that's great. I think going out of state is like awesome. Like you get to see a whole different place, a whole different, you know, like you can find out a lot about yourself by going to somewhere new. But the tuition, the fees and everything is going to be a lot higher. So if you have the funds to go out of state, that's fine, that's cool. But in-state is also great. Your undergrad, honestly, a lot of people in college say that where you go for your undergrad doesn't really matter. And I didn't know about this. Why did anyone tell me? Like everyone was just like, yeah, your undergrad doesn't really matter. It's like matters where you go for graduate school or masters and stuff. I was like, oh, I didn't know this. Going in-state is cool. The tuition is way less. You can probably have a job if you want, or just, you know, you have different options available if you go in-state compared to if you go out of state. You just have to pay for traveling and stuff. It's just a lot. I am out of state, but I'm not too far from home. So yeah, the campus was cool. I love the people. I went with my other friend that got admitted, but she didn't go to Howard, and we both liked the campus. The dorms were honestly like, I've never seen the dorms like that. I always thought that they were like cinder block with the rats everywhere, but no, Howard was really clean. It was really nice, and it still is. Like where I live is really nice. I love the people that live on my floor in my dorm, although we be having fire alarms every single day, but it's fine. I love it, and I would definitely recommend that you go to campus tours. My school had campus tour, my high school had campus tours, but I didn't go because I honestly didn't know, and I was also kind of new in my second high school when I was a senior, so I was just like not trying to go with them. If your school is offering campus tours, you should definitely go. You can also look up each school's website and they have like a place for campus tours. You can also just walk on the campus. Most campuses, most schools, you can just walk on. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the Common App. I think there's another one, it's called Coalition, I think. I didn't use that. I use Common App for all of my colleges. I did also use the HBCU version of the college app. I think it's called the Black Common App, something like that. But I did use that for like 2 schools because they don't have all the HBCUs there. If you're looking to go to HBCU, you might just have to use the Common App because not all of the HBCUs are on the, like Howard for instance wasn't on the Black HBCU thing. So that was honestly kind of weird because I was like, why is it every college there? But by this time, you're honestly probably done with the Common App, or if you're applying for a regular decision, you might be starting the Common App, which I don't recommend at all. Please start in August when it opens. Like, start putting in your little information because although it saves your information for each application, it also really gets redundant when you're trying to look over it and you're trying to do it right then and there, like when you're trying to submit it. It's just so stressful, and we're not trying to be stressed because I know you're stressed. Like, I know you think you're not stressed, but I know. Last year I thought like I wasn't stressed, like I was cool, but then when I came out of it I was like, whoa, like I was definitely stressed. I could not be that like the Common App. From what I remember, there was an activity section, there was a personal information section, the personal essay, like honors and awards, and then there's also like the courses, grades, education, and testing. I did a lot of this in August, but if you're starting right now, that's still okay. You still have time for regular decision. This winter break is definitely a good time to really get on your game, get on your Zoom. Like, you have to do it. Like, we're not waiting till January because that's when a lot of regular decision deadlines are. They're in January or February. So for the profile, like stuff about yourself, that's really explanatory. Just like put in like your birthday and stuff like that. Your family, you might need to ask your family for some stuff, like where they went to school or something like that. Testing, if you are optional, I think there's a button that you can click that's like optional. Like, you don't have to. I think this is the last year though that they're doing this. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. For activities, I had to write down all of my activities that I did because like I just did not remember. Like, I was sitting there like, okay, so what did I do in high school? You can write down all your activities on a paper and then input them, and then as you think of stuff, you can also input them. I looked through like some documents that I had to see like what I did and like what, you know, like how long I did them, because honestly some stuff that I did, like I didn't remember. Like, I was part of like a voting registration, like volunteering thing in high school, and like I did not remember doing that. I guess I would, so I put that there. You know, make yourself look good, you know, because this is your application. So if you were like at some type of leadership position, you could be like, yeah, I was like a vice president. I mean, don't lie, but also, you know, like not all leadership is formal. Like, you might not have like a formal title, but if your club or your organization had like an informal things, like maybe you took up on a project, you could be like, basically you're a leader, so you could say like you were like president or something, you know, like make yourself look good. Okay, for the writing is honestly the hardest part, but I touched back on this in my personal essay part, that go to your teachers, go to your families and friends for advice on what to do if you're having trouble figuring out something to talk about. There's so many prompts online, just search it up. So many prompts on TikTok. TikTok's a really good one because a lot of people like put their actual essay like there. I shared my essay. It honestly wasn't much, but if you're like, my life's boring, I have nothing to talk about a dream you had. Like, talk about when you were little and you hid behind a curtain and the curtain fell and that made you self-aware of, I don't know, but talk about something. There's always something to talk about. When it's that boring, like, trust me, you're not that boring. You have something that you can talk about. And if you really can't think of something, you could also go to your counselor, go to your teacher, your friends, be like, hey, what are you writing about? Or do you have any like tips or recommendations for me to write about? And then the courses and the grades, this one was another big part that was just like, why? Because for this section you have to put in all your grades for each semester, each quarter, each class, but then some colleges go again and ask you for the same information, and it's just like annoying. And that's what I had to do for like 3 of my colleges, and it was like the self-reported transcript. I was like, I'm literally giving you my transcript in my Common App and you're asking for it again. Like, why? It's okay, just do it because you kind of have to, and don't do it late. let's talk about the college search. When you're searching for colleges, there's so many colleges. I think there's like 436 universities in America alone. So that's a lot to like think about. I'm pretty sure in your schools, they're already talking to you about colleges. And by this time in December, you should probably have a college in mind. But if you don't, that's fine. You could still research for colleges that are good for your major, or colleges that fit where you want to be, or your like your lifestyle or something. Maybe you want to be by the beach. You want to think of like a California or Florida school. Maybe you want to go to HBCU. Maybe you want to go to MSI, that's a minority serving institution, or PWI, or just like research what you want, how you want to be in college, and how good you think the college will fit in with your major, your lifestyle, just everything. Niche is a really good website for looking at colleges and comparing colleges. I also have like a one-click apply. This is not sponsored, by the way. When I was in my senior year, I used this and I got into like 3 colleges, like just by clicking. So I didn't go to any of them, obviously, but I definitely like looked at them. I was like, oh, it's interesting. And now that I'm looking back, I actually got into a really good college that I didn't know about that. And at that time, like in the state, it was #1. It was a really good college. I didn't know that at the time, but that's because I didn't do my research. So use Niche, use Google, like you have a phone. Just research, write it down. I had a little journal that I wrote down all of my college findings. College Board is also a really good website with comparing colleges and looking at different colleges. I think they have all the colleges there. They also have scholarships there, which you should be applying to. I'm gonna get into that real quick, but College Board is a good one, Niche is a good one. Those are the top 2 that I use. So now you have applied to college, you have done all your 30 applications, you're done, okay? And now it's time for the scholarships. The scholarship part was so intimidating. Like, it was just horrible for me, at least for me. Applying to scholarships and not knowing if I'll hear back, applying to scholarships and needing a recommendation, and uncomfortable stuff that you don't want to be doing. And everyone says that there are so many scholarships to apply to. You should be applying to 1 scholarship a day, but we both know, like, scholarships are hard to apply to. The essay part is so like unappealing. You don't want to write it, but with the help of AI nowadays, guys, I'm not saying to use AI. AI can help you think about ideas to write about. It can help you edit your essays. AI is honestly like a friend, and you could just use it. Be like, you write a prompt, be like, I'm applying to a scholarship and I really want it. Is this essay going to win the scholarship? Something like that. There's so many prompts, there's so many TikToks on this too. The scholarship search is honestly so, like, I wish it was better. Some websites that I use bold.org for a lot of my scholarships. I also use College Board. Common App has this one scholarship called the Jack Cook Foundation Scholarship. I applied to that too. I applied to a whole lot. Like, I have a spreadsheet. And that's another thing. You should really be organized with your college application stuff, because it can get so disorganized so quick. You probably have so many deadlines. Every scholarship has a deadline, every application has a deadline, and you just need to get them on a calendar, in a spreadsheet, just somewhere where you could look at it. I have a physical calendar that I look at. I have a calendar on my phone. You can use Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Notion. There's so many. Being organized is just key to not being stressed and being zoned in on what you have to do. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the portion of the video when I talk about what not to do for college, what not to do on your essay, what not to do on your Common App. And the first one is, don't be disorganized. So that means be organized. You have to be organized. Organization is crucial in the college application. Don't ignore deadlines. That's number 2, because there's so many deadlines, and if you ignore the deadline, if you wait to the last minute, you're going to be stressed. You're going to turn in something that could have so much more potential if you planned for it earlier. Don't also ignoring deadlines and waiting to the last minute kind of shows in your application. It shows like how committed you are to the school, how committed you are to your classwork, your work ethic, and that might put your chances of getting to the school lower. You need to proofread your essay. You need to go back to your essay, let other people look at it, because spelling mistakes, having mistakes on your essay shows. Letting people look at your essay after you've written it, or is waiting some days to look back at your essay, is crucial, because you want to make sure that you put the best effort into your essay. They have the best essay that represents you, and mistakes do not represent you, okay? So in order to have no spelling mistakes, to have a clear, flowing, awesome essay, go to your teachers, go to your counselor, go to your friend, go to your mom, go to your dad, go to your sister, look at your essay. And if you don't feel comfortable with someone, let AI look at it, you know? Like, they can look at your essay too and have some inputs on maybe some sentences that you can flip, or, you know, just different things. So there's so many schools out there, and you might be pressured by your significant other, your parents, your friends to go to this school to do that. But honestly, your school, your education is up to you. So if you know that you might not thrive in that environment with your friends, or the way your parents want you to go, you don't really feel connected to there, it's fine. There's so many other colleges, and you just have to do your research for yourself. Don't be pressured to go to a school because other people are going there. There's so many schools, and what you make out of your college experience is what matters, not where you go. So research school you want to go, how you can afford it. My fourth what not to do is don't not do the FAFSA. FAFSA is not free money, but it's a loan that basically has lower APR rates, and you don't even gain interest when you're in school. You kind of have like a free loan of like 5,500 or whatever you get. I don't know what's going to happen in the next few years with FAFSA and the Department of Education, but do it now, do it while you can. And you also need it for your schools, because your schools will ask for your SAI, which is your student something index. Do your FAFSA because you need to, and because although it's a lengthy process, you'll be better off doing it than not having the option to get that money, you know? And just think about the long run in the future, and I'm pretty sure you just need it. So you just do it. Don't do it late. Don't do it in 2 months from now. Do it now so that you can get the maximum amount of aid from your school. And the last tip I'm going to leave with you is to ask for help. This college application season is so stressful. It's the end of our college year. Oh wait, no, not college years, our high school years. So you need to ask for help if you need it. Your teachers are more than willing to help you. Your friends are going through it too. So maybe having someone to lean back on, going out, just relaxing, it's good. It's needed every once in a while. So don't be too shy to ask for help. We've talked about the college application, the college timeline, scholarships. We talked about everything, what you need to do, what you should not do, what you should do for college application season. And I hope these college tips and tricks will help you succeed in your college apps and get into the right college. So if you like this video, leave a like, a comment, subscribe down below, and stay tuned for more. Bye.